Just to knock on wood, I guess I feel as good as I've ever felt. Things are going well. Obviously, shoulder's not 100%, but rehab's going better than it's been planned. So, well on the way to recovery. Should be 100% in the next couple weeks or so. Everything else feels good. Knees, ankles. I mean, as good as any offensive lineman could really feel. So, football's football. So you're always gonna have, bumps and bruises and things like that. But as far as the shape I'm in and how I feel overall, I couldn't ask for anything better. So.
Have you been doing anything specific exercise-wise to kind of get back? I mean, especially focusing on your knee. Is there anything you do? Is it kind of the same thing?
I'm doing everything that everybody else is doing. I'm running. I'm doing the same exact things. They're not limiting me whatsoever. So that I think is a testament to the training staff. In other words, I'm not limited in any aspect. So I'm doing and competing with everybody else who's perfectly healthy. Therefore, that's how I feel. I'm running well too, probably as good as I've ever ran. As far as the extra stuff, I always make sure I take care of my body. I eat the right things, and after runs, I do spend a little extra time stretching, and nothing superhero-like. I ice a lot. Being one of the older guys, you start to appreciate the cold tub a little more. Just a lot of stretching and a lot of time in the training room. Whenever I have extra time, I'm always just trying to keep my body ready. So nothing spectacular or anything like that.
Talk about the major changes you've seen kind of in just the summer workout program. I mean, physically, mentally, has there been, what would you say is the biggest change you've noticed?
I think expectations are a little higher. Not with the public and things like that, obviously, but just amongst ourselves. I think we expect to be at a better level, to be in better shape, to be stronger, to be faster, all those things. Biggest difference I can see is when this staff first got here, we weren't even close to as good a shape as we are now. Just for example, we start off the summer back at the end of May. I mean, it was just night and day. Usually when guys come home from a break, you can tell they were home on a break. And with these guys, it looks like everybody was taking it very seriously. And when everybody was home and visiting with their families, they actually did things on their own, which is pretty impressive, for a young group of guys. I think they're finally starting to get it, and understand what it takes. So that's the biggest difference that I've seen is guys are doing things on their own, even when they're not asked to do them.
What would you say physically? Do you feel like guys maybe have a little bit more endurance now? Do you notice a little bit more strength coming off of some guys off practice?
Right. Well, I think naturally, when you're in a college lifting or running program, you will get stronger, faster, all those things. But just comparing it to ourselves from last year, guys have way better endurance. Guys are in better shape. Guys are changing their bodies. Some guys are gaining muscle. Some guys are losing fat. Guys overall are just looking leaner. The guys who need to get bigger are getting bigger, and everybody seems to kind of be on the right track. I know personally, I've dropped about 20 pounds, and that's something that I've needed to do the last 3 years, and it finally hit me. So that's where I feel comfortable at. And other guys who need to put on weight are putting on weight. So overall, though, everybody's at where they need to be in order to compete and finish the runs and do things like that. So if you're too heavy to finish the run, you lose weight. If you're light and you're killing everything, then you can obviously put on some pounds. So I think this staff does a really good job of kind of figuring out who needs to do what and things like that.
Can you definitely tell with the weight loss, being able to kind of get around
a
little easier?
Well, it feels like I'm in high school again. But seriously, I mean, it's probably the best decision I've made just for my body. And it's not like I'm a light guy, you know what I mean? So I just lost enough to where I feel comfortable. I'm more athletic, I'm quicker, I'm faster. I don't get tired easily, but I'm just as strong. So I just cut off some of the bad weight, and this is as good as I felt.
Obviously, last year heading into the season, there was a lot of questions just around the offensive line. I mean, experience and it was granted, but heading into this year, you guys returned 4 or 5 starters, including Jake Smith. Talk about your thoughts, especially heading into this year with the group that you got coming back.
Well, I mean, I'd be lying to you if I didn't say our expectations weren't high. We expect a lot out of ourselves. We expect to be the best unit in the Big East, and that's what we're striving to be. But we also understand that just because you're a year older doesn't make you a year better. And I know that's something that's easy to say, but we truly do try to instill that in the guys and make them understand, hey, we have to work even harder than we did last year. Just because we're older doesn't mean anything. The only thing that getting older allows you to do is have experience and, kind of know what to do in certain situations. But other than that, you still got to put in the work. You still got to do the things necessary in order to win. So as far as the offensive line goes, I think we expect a lot out of each other. We're definitely closer. We're definitely a closer-knit group of friends. And I think anytime you're dealing with an offensive line, I think it's the tightest group in all of sports. So I think that that's really important, and we're definitely heading in that direction.
Compared to this point last year in the summer, do you feel like team chemistry maybe is a little bit better, or is there another aspect that you notice that's different, especially in your group?
Well, we've definitely always had talent. So I'd have to agree and say team chemistry is the biggest thing. It's amazing what he can do. Because you have a bunch of individuals who may work hard, and guys are taking care of themselves, which is what you really need to do. You need to worry about yourself first. But now we're having guys doing that, and then bringing each other along, bringing the guys that are having a tough time, and encouraging each other. And people don't realize, how far that can really go. And when you have somebody next to you who is going through the same thing, and who's not just speaking just to speak, but actually cares about you and things like that. I think that just comes with time, and having guys who you've been playing with for a couple of years now, it makes it a lot easier to happen. So for us, that's the biggest difference.
Provided the season goes according to plan, what are kind of some of your choices or options that you're kind of looking ahead to as far as career path goes?
Obviously, I think you'd be crazy to put 4 or 5 years of your life into something like this and not dream of playing in the NFL. So obviously, those are aspirations of mine. I'd love to do that. It's something that I love to definitely pursue. I mean, for me, I've come to the realization it has nothing to do with, obviously you want people to view you a certain way. But really the bottom line is it comes down to me. And I've had good seasons, I've had tough seasons as far as injuries go. The bottom line is I've been out there and I've done whatever I could to possibly get on that field. So my main goal this year is to stay healthy. And if I stay healthy, I know I can have one heck of a year. And hopefully live out my dream of playing the NFL. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I'm definitely going to give it my all. That's for sure. I can guarantee you that.
Academically, I know you're nearing graduation. What do you have left in the fall to finish up?
I have one class. So I can do that one class and focus on football, which I'm extremely excited about. It's the first time in my 4 years here, 5 years now. I'm old. Where I can actually just literally focus all my attention on sleeping and eating right and just getting treatment and not running around trying to finish homework in the business school all day. It's just one of those things where it's a blessing, and you grind through those things, and eventually things pay off. So things are starting to look up. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to just one more class to graduate. So.